Okay, we are at the point that we're going to do some cleanup and organization, and we're going to start by making sure that some of the curves that we have are properly organized in terms of what they need to be allowing people to do. For example, I don't want any of these controllers to be moved, so I'm gonna, or scaled either. So I'm gonna start just selecting all these guys and locking and hiding those controllers. That way you cannot select any of that and modify it. Same with the typography. I don't want any of that to be selectable or movable. So I'm going to just get and lock and hide all those. And then I can do these ones too. I've noted I'm selecting not the group but them, so the individual objects. That way, if anybody touches them, that won't happen. These guys, you need them to be just translatable. So they actually have just translate right now. This one does not, but you make sure that yours are not translatable. So I'm just going to add translatable. I'm sorry, they want to be translatable only on Y, so I'm gonna lock the rest of it, and that way you can select them in groups, which is the good thing. The other thing is that these controllers, I already took care of them. Some of these guys, for example, the IK typography, just make sure that it's not translatable, scalable, or anything. Lock and hide those. And of course, the FK also. Do select those. Lock and hide selected, that way they cannot be modified. This one, of course, you want to be able to translate. Same with the controllers of the character. We want to be able to coordinate. I'm going to start going down from these guys. I think we've done a little bit of them. This one you want to be able to rotate and translate. So because we want to be able to move the head back and forth or rotate the head up and down. So that one we want to rotate, translate, but not scale. So I'm going to lock and hide that one. This one you want it to be translatable. I already took care of it. Let's see the tongue. The tongue allows you to rotate. Actually, you have a rotate value already in it. But I don't want it to be translatable, because if you move it, it doesn't do anything, and you don't want it to be lost by accident. So I'm just going to lock that and hide it. Same with the scale. And I try to keep the visibility there just in case anyone wants to hide it temporarily or something. Now this one you want it to be rotate, not translate or scale. I'm gonna continue going. Just hide the joints so I don't select any joints by accident. Then the neck is going to be just rotation. So I don't want it to be able to move it because I don't want to generate issues with it. So I'm gonna do remove the translate and the scale. And we're gonna do arms now. So these controllers, I still have pending to add my attributes for this one, but you have your attributes. This one I don't want to be able to rotate, translate, or anything. Just need the attributes to those. So I'm gonna, let's say, lock and hide those. And same for this guy. And now I'm going to look at the FK controllers. So I'm going to select them all at once, and you don't want those to be, let's see, this guy I had already done. You want these guys to be only rotate. Same with these ones. There we go. The shoulders, I want to be able to rotate them and move them, not scale them, so I'm going to lock that. Same with this one. So no scaling. These guys, we want them to be able to move and to rotate, not scale. And And same with this one, and they have a radius attribute which is connected to the join itself, so you don't want to touch that one. I'm going to just change that. Okay, I can just lock and hide that one. Actually do it on this one too. You don't want to touch that one. Lock and hide that one. Okay, now this guy, we want to be able to rotate and translate it, not scaling it. And the FK root, you want to rotate and translate, not scale, because you want the IK spline there. The main controller for the whole character, you want to translate and rotate, not scale. I think I still have my IK controllers. I'm just going to make sure that they are turned on. I'll turn off my FK for a moment. And here is my, this guy, I want to be able to rotate and translate, not scale. And the feet, we want them to be able to rotate, translate, not scale. Okay, I'm going to save a Clementine save in this case. Now we're going to do a little organizing on, controllers, visibility, organizing of layers specifically. We're going to start with controllers. I don't have that many layers, but you want to minimize all the layers as much as possible. I have a controllers right now, so I'm going to try to add all controllers. I'm going to select the lines, the curves, not the groups. See if I can just make them additional, add them to the layer. That way, no matter what you would do with them, you will need to just hide them. I don't think this one's going to go because those are part of the hierarchy of the whole elbow. But I can do all controllers for curve controllers. So I have those, and I'm going to turn this guy into that way I can have my character completely clean, or I can just turn on all the controllers at once. Let me just make sure that I can see them all. So the FK, let's see that I'm not missing anything. I missed one IK here. There we go. So I have a clean character, so I can preview him. Yeah, as I said, I have the IK handles too here. Perfect. Now I have a character that is not shown. I can generate curves for controlling these guys, or I can just keep them that way. Those guys, I don't think wanted to be part of the thing. You can create curves to control them and then hide these guys. These guys, by the way, I forgot, we need to be able to translate them, not rotate them or scale them. So I'm gonna just lock and hide those because they will just behave in translation. Lock and hide. Okay, now I want to verify my geometry. Right now I have a head layer and I have a body layer. So I want to collapse them both in a single one. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to select the objects from either one. I'm going to select the object. Let's see which one is best. I'm going to select all of these guys, select all objects, and that way I'm going to just add them to this layer. Now they belong to that. I need to add a tongue too, and that way I can get rid of this layer. So now I got, we got a something that was gone there. Let's see. I lost something in my eyes. That probably was part of that layer. Let me just undo that for a moment. something got lost in terms of the layer. I think it's something related to the shader that this guy has. I'm just bringing it into the hypershade, and just the way my eye is built, just that when I selected them in groups, the eye lens got the eyeball lost its shader, so I'm going to assign the shader back to it, and then the iris is gone, but I'm going to select the irises, then assign it. There you go. It's just a little bit of a connection issue that happened there with that layer. So let me see. I can get rid of this guy. It was just when they changed layers or something, a connection probably got broken. Okay, so I have all the head shapes still there, and I'm gonna keep those for a while until I'm totally sure that I don't need them anymore. And now I'm going to I got the FK arms and the IK arms in case, and that shows, if I turn on my joints, still shows the geometry, the FK and the IK arms. So you may want to keep them on and off when you're working with them. I think it's a safe thing to keep them separate, just in case something goes wrong with the skeleton. And we also have the main skeleton that I think is worth having it there, just to work with it. Now if I can turn on the controllers, I can see the controllers for all of those. The only ones that are not active are the shapes that are part of the forearm. It just disappears when this one is gone. So you can just keep it there, or create another controller if you want to. For now, I'm going to keep it like this. That way I have controllers, head shapes, and body on a single part. I think that the only part that wasn't in the body, let me just hide the geometry, is the tongue. I didn't put in any part of anything. I'm going to just add it to the body layer. That way it's all part of the geometry. Alright, so I have an organized thing. Just increment and save. So now the only thing that I want to do, just to wrap him up, is selecting the all character group and the main control group, and I'm going to group that one more time, making sure that the pivot point is in the center of the world, so it's all right down to 0. And this group I'm going to give it a name, and there's a character's name. In this case, this guy, I'm baptizing him Cecilio. So no Cecil anymore, it's just Cecilio. That's it. We got Cecilio done and all ready to be animated. So increment and save, all pretty good.